Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely Friday morning. Today I'd like to go over a story that was brought to our attention by our good friends at USPIRG. USPIRG is the United States Public Interest Research Group, and they've done a lot of great work on right to repair that I've been happy, humbled, and honored to support, both financially and in spirit, over the past several years. One of the things that they brought to our attention today is that Amazon, Walmart, and many other vendors appear to be selling computers that are completely end-of-lifed, which means no software updates, no firmware updates, no stuff like that, and at any given time, some of the stuff on them may not actually work anymore, particularly when it comes to stuff like Chromebooks that run Chrome OS. A lot of it is based on connecting to cloud services, so if you have a device that is connecting to cloud services and you're not running as much of the software locally, it being end-of-life is a much bigger issue for you than if you're doing something like running Windows 7 in 2023. Some of the devices being sold are $65 and used, where you get, in my opinion, you just can't complain for $65. Some of them are new and $550 and are being fulfilled by Prime. So you're spending $550 on a device that is essentially end-of-life, which really sucks. Now, the reason I bring this up and the reason that it's aggravating is because several years ago, Amazon went out of their way to ban third parties from selling MacBooks on Amazon. So if you had a store on Amazon where you sold either used or refurbished MacBooks, even if you had perfect feedback throughout the last 10 years, you were kicked off of the store. And they had a deal with Apple where the only people who were going to be allowed to sell used or refurbished Apple products on Amazon are a small list of Apple authorized resellers. And the reasoning that was given for this is to protect quality and to protect the consumer, because those independents can't be trusted to do the right thing. They are dirty, they are filthy, they are unclean, and they screw over the customer. And what I find particularly funny here is that Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, is selling products that are essentially end-of-life on their own website as new, with no notice or notification on the page that what you're buying essentially expired its support 2 months ago. And the article, it says, take the Asus Chromebook Flip C302. It came out in 2018, and on June 1st, about 5 years later, it reached its automatic update expiration date. But right now, you can buy a new, unused Flip C302 for $550 from Amazon or $820 via Walmart's marketplace, providing links for illustrative purposes. Please don't buy these unsupported laptops. When it came to the independents that were selling items on Amazon that were used or refurbished, at least at the end of the day, we were being honest about it. We were saying, this is used, this is old. You don't expect to get operating system update support on the $40 A1181 that you bought from John Bumstead. But we were honest. Here, again, technically, is it new if it's in the box, if it's saran wrapped and sealed and hasn't been opened? Technically, it's new, but you know when that person spent $550 on that device, they were not expecting to purchase something that is literally end of life from the moment they take it out of the box, and that it would be nice to see that on the page. The reason I bring this up is because Amazon doesn't actually seem to care about protecting the customers in this instance, nor was any of this ever about protecting the customer. From the beginning, it was always about the money. It was about the partnership with Apple that they could have and how they could both make more money if they come to that agreement. Here, selling items on Amazon that are fulfilled by Prime with Amazon's blessing, that are completely end-of-life, end of support, no guarantee that things are going to function properly into the very near future right after you spend $550 on it, this is being done for Amazon's pocket, not because they care about the customer. They don't care about protecting the customer, and they never did. And it's important to bring that up so that you can see through this level of bullshit. Now, some of the comments I've seen have been a little bit hyperbolic. This machine is not a brick. It is not literally you turn it on and it doesn't work anymore. This is running an operating system that is based on Gentoo Linux. It's not like the machine itself is literally useless. But if you were expecting, most people that are buying a Chromebook are expecting to buy it for all the features that they get from Chrome OS. And if you're buying it for all that stuff, and by the way, it's end of life 2 months before you bought it, sorry we didn't mention that in the product page, sucks to suck. You should have done your research and Googled it to figure out if we were selling you an expired product because we care so much about our customers. That kind of sucks. Ars Technica had reached out to Amazon, Walmart, and Asus for comment on expired Chromebooks, but didn't get responses. Wow. Imagine my surprise. There's one comment on the article that I thought was really good. This is the nefarious element in the room when it comes to the wholesale move to the cloud over the last decade of everything. You can't actually exist in society at a functional level anymore, at least in the US, without a computer or device that has internet access. Except internet access means security problems and constantly changing web technologies, which means things need to be updated constantly, but that's expensive. So companies either just stop supporting things at some point, make you pay a subscription forever, or both. There are mountains of Chromebooks and phones and tablets that no longer work because they are unsupported, don't receive updates, and can't even connect to anything. But there is nothing wrong with the hardware. And that's another thing here, where they said that this is going to get 5 years of updates, and it's called an automatic update expiration date, AUE. It's not that they look at the device and they go, you know what? This is going to run really, really slow. It's not like they look at the device and a team of engineers says, you know what? We don't think that this thing is going to function with the latest operating system. As a result of that, we are not going to be supporting it. It's just automatic. It doesn't matter if the hardware is good or bad. Automatic. Within 5 years, it's an arbitrary cutoff time, regardless of whether that device would be unfit to receive new updates, which really sucks. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that Amazon cares about their customer base? Do you think that they care about ensuring that you are not ripped off by vendors? Or do you think that when they make decisions like this, and they enter partnerships with Apple where they ban third parties from being able to resell their products, that it was just about the money all along? And they don't actually care about the customer. They don't care about whether they're selling expired or end-of-life products as new with no mention on the product page, as long as they're able to make a buck. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.